Still got about 5 minutes, guys. Remember, this 5 seconds is going to be fast. So you only have like usually a maximum of between 10 and 20 seconds to get it set up. I almost feel like I'm due a loss because I haven't had a loss on it in a minute. So far, every trade's been a winner, but we know that's not the case. There's no such thing as a winning trade every single time. So what we're going to trade is we're going to do the 5 seconds, and we're going to look for the first 5-minute inside bar trade today. So those are the only two setups that we're looking for. This way we can see the exact time. I like to have it down to the second. That way when it gets like 59 and 30 seconds, we can kind of make sure we're all set up and ready to go. Remember, you cannot do this setup on Bulanox. Bulanox does not work in the first minute. It's dark sided. So that's what happened to me Monday. I closed a trade for pretty much break even because Bulanox will not let you trade the opening. Bulanox doesn't come available until like either 30 seconds or 1 minute after the market opens. So you cannot trade the 5 seconds with Bulanox. And I think there's another prop firm, but I'm not sure which one that is. I've heard Methodical Man talk about it, but I'm not sure which one it is. What happened yesterday is we opened like with a huge gap in the market, and so I was like, "Whoa, what was going on?" And luckily, I still was able to catch the move, but it threw me off. So just be prepared for gaps because sometimes you have to adjust your charts real quick to try to put those. Because a lot of times, what I do is once my 5 seconds prints, I put the line at the bottom and open. And then I'm looking for a pullback into the 5 seconds here. If I don't get the pullback back into the 5 seconds, we may not even get the trade. All right, so we got less than 2 minutes to go. Hopefully we don't lose no more than $50 on this trade if we just happen to take a loss. So $50 max is what I'm hoping the most that we lose. So, all right, it's almost go time. All right, move this to the side. Whew. Remember, with a trade like this, there's really no way of following somebody just because, you know, that 5 second delay on YouTube. All right, 30 seconds. 30 seconds, guys. Ooh, oh, shoot. Not 5. Almost made a mistake. All right. $10 seconds. I don't know why I get nervous with this trade every time. Boom. All right. I don't know if I trust the top part. Be careful. No. I got in late. Dang it. We're still going to go with it, even though we got in late. Damn it. We should already have our 5. Come on, a few more. Ah, shoot. Yeah. Yeah, freaking A. I got in late. I couldn't put it. It happened so quick. Insane. So I missed that one today, guys. All right, so now we're waiting on the 5-minute inside bar here. We're still hovering at the top of that 15. Should have been long from 30. So now what we'll do is just wait on that 5-minute inside bar. So this next one will probably take a minute, being the 5 seconds. I hate that because we got the market went up 10 points on that push up. Like I said, you should have been long from 30, but it happened so quick that it was just so hard to grab that. This next trade's probably going to take, I don't know, most time it usually takes a little bit for the 5-minute to set up. I bet you that was the 50% pullback right there. All right, so we're on our second 5-minute candle here. Let's see. I don't know if I have an account that I can trade that with, at least not on Apex here. Let's see, we can do, might just do an eval with that one. All right, we'll just see what happens with this 5-minute candle here. We're still just kind of hovering around that 29 area. So like I said once before, I missed out on the 5-second trade. We got our pullback. I just couldn't get my order in time. We may get our 5-minute inside bar early today. All right, so we're still going to have to wait for that 5-minute setup. Yeah, so like I said, we're still going to have to wait because this 5-minute setup. Kind of bounced right off that today's open there. This 29's been a pretty crazy wall. All right, so we got our second bar, so this could be possible our inside bar. I didn't know if we'd get a push down there to the 18s at the yesterday's close. Yeah, that freaking wick. All right, so we're going to have to wait for another 5-minute setup because the candles are still not printing on the inside. So sometimes this 5-minute can take as much as 15, 20 minutes or even an hour to set up. What's up, man? Sorry, I didn't even looking at the chat. What's up, Fish Lips? How are you doing? We're just waiting on the. I'm just waiting on the 5-minute setup to set up so we can try to take a trade. The 5 second would have won, man, if I could have got my thing in there early enough. I just could not get. I missed it by like a few points. Maybe a possibility here with Now we're just kind of chopping sideways. Oh, nice. All right, still a no-go on the 5 minutes here. Unfortunately, this 5 minute could take freaking 30 to 40 minutes to kind of set up. So you just kind of have to be patient with that. Where's this leg start at? Let's see. No. What size accounts are you trading, Fish Lips, to take all your money out? 25Ks. Nice. What are you doing? Taking just $500 out at a time? Okay. That's not bad. I mean, are you going to take it all out, or are you going to keep it going? Just keep the $500 up. It seems like that'd be the easy route to do if you were, to me, just keep withdrawing $500. Or do they let you do that? Okay, you have others. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get my accounts to, where I'm just constantly just taking out the $500. I have two that are pretty close. I got one sitting at 25,978, another one sitting at 26,207. Then the next closest one, I only have three that are moderate close, and the other one's sitting at 25,532. But I think on one of those, I think I might have won over the percentage one day. So I might have to make a little bit more on that one that has 900 on it. Now, why did you get denied from Bulanox? What did you do? Oh, for flipping? Oh, you had 3 days of flip. Okay. Okay. I've never flipped my Bulanox accounts. My Bulanox accounts, I still need to make, I think, $2,000 on it. I'm sitting at 1,600 on my Bulanox account. I wouldn't mind seeing it pull back to pull back to 23 and see if we can get a 50% pullback on this leg and kind of find support at the today's open and close here. Yeah, 619, 620 would be a nice 50% pullback. So if you're just joining us, it's going to be a fairly slow process because we're waiting on the 5-minute inside bar to set up. And man, this could take as long as an hour to set up sometimes. Fish Lips, have you been doing most of your trading overnight? Thanks. Yeah, I wish Apex would do another 90%. I had 5 funded Apex and I lost one of those. Just all over. That's what I've been doing. I've been trying to like just watch different stuff for overnight. Man, there's just so many good opportunities overnight. I mean, unfortunately, they're hindsight, but it's like, man, you sit there and watch, you're just like, oh my goodness, look at that bounce off of that area that I would have loved to take a trade there. Now, is that Bulanox that did their five? Yeah, I know Bulanox did a 90% today. I hope they extend it. Yeah, I picked up one of those too. I only picked up one. So for the 50% pullback here, you should get a bounce here at the 1920s. So if you're just joining us, guys, we're waiting on the 5-minute inside bar to print. So what it is, I just watch TradingView basically. I just wait for, usually whenever it's an inside bar, it'll be shaded. The white one is for the bulls and the black red ones for the bears. So so we just kind of have to just be patient. Is all your payouts coming from that from 50 to 100 where you're just still trading that same thing, fish lips, between the whole numbers? Oh, trying to just hit a lot of the 50% pullbacks. Yeah, I've been trying to pay more attention to that too. I actually have that on my trading view chart, so that it just kind of puts it on here for me. This way, I don't have to sit here and look for it. This is why I said we kind of needed that pullback to the 20 there. Today, blue 11 now. Yeah, that's how I got one of my biggest trade today. I had one of those like cheap evals through Apex, and I full sended it with 3 minis on an eval today, and I think we got a little over $1,000 on it. So as soon as we pass that, that'll put me back to the 5 funded with Apex. Most days you can pull 500 micro points. Man, that's just insane. 500 mic. I mean, what is that? Divide by 4. I mean, that's still a lot of points. I mean, that's like 125 points. Yeah. All right. Let's see if we get that 50% pullback here. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to take just the bounce. We're still waiting on the 5-minute inside bar. That's the only thing that sucks about trading this time of the night, man. You just have to sit here and just stare at these slow charts. So we're just moving within like a 15-point range. I think we got 20 points. Today's high sitting at 42. Our low is at 13. So what is that? 10, 20, almost 30 points. Got a 30-point range going on. This is probably one of the smallest openings that we had this week. The last couple of days have been pretty big moves, like almost 20 points to the upside just starting out. All right, here comes that 50% pullback to the open and yesterday's close. Insane, dude. All right, there's your 50% mark here. For some reason in the evenings, these levels aren't the support's not there like it is during the daytime. A lot of times you can get a 10 to 20 point bounce out of the previous day open and close. It did hit the 50% mark before it popped there. But I think we sell through. A lot of times, like I said, a lot of times it doesn't respect this. And what did I say? 19 is your 50%. For the low would be all the way back down to the 300s. We got a pretty big wick here sitting at the 15, so more likely you're going to get a bounce here. Well, we might have already gotten it. Never mind, we got that right there. Dude, it's like, if we get through this, I mean, how do we not go down? Well, let's see. Okay, so this is that level you were thinking at the 94s, right? Fish lips was off all these wicks here. Okay. Oh, you took the 50%? Okay, okay. Oh goodness. Gonna make me go to sleep. How did everybody else's trading go today? Has everybody else had a good day of trading? Today was probably one of my better day trading. Hopefully tomorrow continues. The only thing that I missed today was I missed out on multiple big moves off of the 5-minute inside bar. I missed both of them this morning. The one that paid the most, I only took 10 points off of it. So this morning, we literally had to wait an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 5 minutes to get our first inside bar. And you could have got short around 80 and it went all the way down to the 40. So it was a total of a 40-point move and hardly any drawdown. You had one little pullback. Then we had a second inside bar at the low. So I took this one for 10 points, and this thing literally went up 200 points. So we had to just sit there and just watch that one. So that was the setup from this morning. Ooh, we're about to get a new man, I almost want to short the yesterday's open and close. I like to see it pull back, retest that 18 one more time. Maybe test these wicks here, maybe, or this one here. All right, there's the retest. We're only in this for 3 points, guys. So I only took this because it was going to be a very low risk trade. So right now we're in it just for 2 points. So it stops us out. It's not like it's a big loss. I'm trying to make sure we get through some of these spots. I was trying to catch this like right before it hit the top of this wick here. I may get stopped out on this one for a few points. We almost hit our 5 points, but it looks like it bounced off the top of these candles here. There we go. Maybe we'll be saved by the wick here. No, I don't think we'll survive a second push. No. So what was that for? $30? Yeah, $30. Now this is an eval that we're trading, guys. Just so you're aware. Tested that wick next. It's probably going to go now. I should have had it right where I probably should have had this at the top of this wick here, but like I said, we just did not want to risk a lot. Just because it wasn't the setup we were waiting on. We thought we'd go and get that push down to 310s. All right, new 5-minute candle. Maybe this will finally be the one. I'm hoping this is going to be possibly our 5-second bar or 5-minute bar. So I don't really know how well these work at this time of the night. I know during the daytime they work pretty well. So like the very first one after the opening from, after your 9:30, most time if you get between 9:30 and 10, most of the time you get a fairly decent move. What is this candle? 10. Shoot, this candle's only 5 points. So this candle's not big at all. So the risk will be very small if it doesn't get any bigger. I mean, it's only 5 points. So really, you're supposed to go for like 1 for 1 or 2 for 1. So really, you're only supposed to be probably only looking for 2 points or something. Not 2 points, but probably 10 points. So we may only shoot for 10 points then on this one to leave a runner, since we're kind of approaching that whole number. All right, so more likely this is going to be a inside candle here. It's only 30 seconds left on it. Like I said, the risk is very small, 5 points. So not a whole lot to risk here by taking this trade. So I'm taking it on an eval, guys. Not a funded or anything. We're just taking it on an eval because I don't really know the win percentage for this. I mean, it shows it as a bearish inside bar. I don't know how much I trust the top part, though. That's the only thing. I got caught yesterday on the top part. All right. Just. Oh, damn it. I didn't mean to hit that. I was waiting for a little bit more of a push. Shoot, do I really? I may only shoot for 5 and 10 just because it's not a very big candle. And I actually still like the downside better than I do the upside. So this is why I didn't really want to click that. I was trying to be a little bit on the hesitant side. Luckily, it's only 5 points. So if you take a loss, it's only going to be a 5-point loser. See, I think Monday it did the same thing where it broke above, then went back down. So this is why I kind of like the moves to the downside better. I'm hoping to at least get 5 points. Then if we get the next one, it'll just be a bonus. If we clear 22, we should get the push. So usually during the New York session, usually we're going for like 20 points on this setup here. Today it paid 40 for the first one. It was a 40-point move to the downside, and the second one was a 200-point to the upside. So I don't really know what the win percentage is for the opening like this, but I know the one in the New York session, it's like 70% most of the time. It's usually about 7 out of 10 times you get a winning for the one in the New York. Man, we're already about to have a new 5-minute candle. So this will probably be the last trade for me for this evening. All right, what is this, a new 5-minute candle? Looking pretty bearish there. Definitely don't want to get below the 18. If we're going to stay long, you need to stay above the 18 here at the yesterday's close. If we lose this trade, that means we'll be 0-2 this evening for our 5 seconds, and our we lost the first 5-second trade, and then if this one fails, so we'll be 0-2 this evening. Yeah, see, there's just no way. I don't think I could hold this with a funded account. Oh, this stuff is so slow. If I hit 25, we'll go to break even if we hit 25. I like to see us retest this wick here. We got a wick sitting at 26. So that means if we, like I said, if we take a loss, we're just going to have to start off in the red a little bit tomorrow. This is what we're down at the moment. We have right at $1,000 in this account. We're at 25,957. So we got a nice little buffer here. So it won't hurt too bad to take a loss. That'll just push us back down to what, 8 something? About what, 850 or so? Man, Fish Lips, I was really hoping we would get that 94 push that you were talking about first. That's why I was kind of like infatuated with the move to the downside and not really the upside. What worries me sometimes, a lot of times, if we get trapped, sometimes we get trapped between below the today's open and close in the evenings, and it just struggles to move to get it back above those levels. Come on, at least touch to 26. I can go to break even. We only need like we got within like 2.5 points, man. Oh my goodness, boy. This is why I struggle trading this slow market. Just sitting here, just watching this stuff grind is just brutal. I just don't know how many more pushes we got left before. I just feel like it's just going to sell off. I mean, I feel like this is a bear flag setting up in a way on the 5 minutes if you kind of draw it out here. I mean, this looks like a bear flag. So you got the big move back, then you got a bunch of higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and you look for the break to the downside. So that's kind of what I'm seeing with this at the moment. So we may even just take the 4 points loss. No, we'll take the 5. We'll just take it because it's supposed to be 5 points, so that 15 is supposed to be your stop loss. I think this is going to continue down because we just broke that higher low there. So like I said, this is a bear flag on the 5 minutes. Here you go. Here's it a little bit cleaner over here. You don't have all this garbage on the charts here. This way if you want to see it without all that other stuff on there. But to me, it looks like we're going to get stopped out. Like I said, we were making higher lows all the way up. So usually if you're drawing flags out, so it looks like this is going to be the push down possibly. A lot of times we trade these type of setups on evals on the 1 minute chart. We trade flag breakouts. All right, so the 5 minute trade is going to be a loss today. Let's see if we can. Yeah, so we're going to be down 144. We still got 862 in the account, so we're still not too far away from passing here. Fish lips, I don't think I'm going to stick around and take that 94 bounce with you. I think that was going to be my only 2 trades today. All right, guys, we will be back later, not later, but we will be back in the morning to take the 5 second trade in the morning. So hopefully tomorrow I can catch it and not grab it late. Today it just happened so fast. Let me see if I can show you real quick. See, 5 seconds. Yeah, here we go. So I can show you where I missed the 5 second trade at. It worked. I just got in late because it, like I said, man, you got to be so fast when you do this. So there's the top of your 5 seconds. This is the bottom of your 5 seconds. So something else I've also noticed, anytime it usually pulls back to the very bottom here, most of the times it'll end up going out the other side, which that's what it's kind of doing right now. So, but then I waited for it to push out. It pushed out how many points? What, 31 to 38. So once it pulled back into the 5 seconds, which it was this candle here, but it happened so fast that I couldn't grab it. Usually what it is, I try to put my order on this line here at the top. Once this pulls back, I'm waiting for the pop out, and we're just looking for 5 points. And you should have been long around 31. So what happened is I got in late. I didn't get into like 33, and it only went up about 3 or 4 points when I hit it. And then before I realized it, it already started pulling back. So that's kind of what happened with that 5 second trade today. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back in the morning. Thank you.